Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
Hello there, I am Amy Elliott, Chair of the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, and we are out here having our membership appreciation luncheon today. So if you're going to be here till 2 o'clock, if you missed it this year, please come and see us next year. We really appreciate all of our Chamber members. Thank you so much.
It's just been a great day out here today. We're so excited to be able to offer this cookout to let our members know how much that we really appreciate them and all in their membership and being involved and volunteering with us. And we just really wanted to give them a thank you. We have umbrellas for them, and which is appropriate because it's supposed to rain later today. And we also have koozies. And if you missed the hot dogs, and I'm so sad, make sure you put it on your calendar for next year.
Hi, I'm Perry, and I'm the volunteer coordinator for Gwinnett and Walton Habitat for Humanity. We have a lot of fun on Thursdays and Saturdays building homes for people who need a safe, decent, affordable place to live. And I thought that it was about time we got some younger friends involved and learn about what Habitat for Humanity does. And our mission is that we bring people together to build homes, communities, and hope. And we are so happy to be doing that today in partnership with the Walton Monroe Library. So this afternoon we've talked about safety principles on a build site. We've talked about what goes into building a home for someone. And if you look behind me here, a lot of our builders busy at work building their Lego dream home.
So I think most of you know who we are, but I wanted to just give a short synopsis of what a Child's Voice is, and then Jennifer is going to talk about the Pinwheel experience. But if you don't know me, my name's Lauren Gregory. I work at a Child's Voice. We are a local nonprofit that provides services. That's all the actual drilling. Can y'all still hear me while I drill?
Yeah.
Okay. So we provide services for kids when there's been allegations of child abuse in Walton and Newton County. So we're part of the child abuse protocol that covers the county. So when law enforcement or DFACS gets a report of child abuse, most often sexual abuse, severe physical abuse, or witness to some crime or violence, the child comes to our center to get what's called a forensic interview. So they talk about what happened to our specially trained staff. We coordinate the whole thing so they don't have to talk about it again and again and again and again. And then we also do forensic medical exams to make sure bodies are healthy. We gather any evidence there is. And then we do a lot of family support to help kids heal. We also do prevention work because we believe that child abuse can be prevented. So that's the goal. And that's what the Pinwheel is all about. So the Pinwheel is the symbol of safe, healthy, happy childhood. Pinwheels are whimsical, they're fun. You can't look at a pinwheel and be sad, right? They spin and they're lovely. We got a little breeze today, which is good news. We did not have that in Covington. But that's why the Pinwheel. It's the symbol of safe, healthy, happy childhoods. Every April we put the little pinwheels around, and we're really excited about this big pinwheel installation. This pinwheel is sponsored by the Kiwanis Club of Monroe. So we've got some Kiwanis members. If y'all will say hey, I think most of y'all do. Thank you so much. Yes. So we've got a plaque for you, Jennifer will show. But as a nonprofit, we really rely on community support. So families never pay for services at our center. We have some grant funding, a lot of local support from foundations and groups like the Kiwanis Club who support the work we do. We have a great facility. If you haven't been, we would love for you to come by. We recently purchased a second building in the same complex down in Social Circle. So if you haven't been by, we'd love to show you our beautiful facility where we're able to serve kids in a really safe way. Any questions for me about a Child's Voice? A lot of you know about it. I'm gonna have Jennifer come up here. Jennifer has really kind of spearheaded this Pinwheel initiative.
All right, my name is Jennifer, and I guess it was back in the fall we started planning for our April events. So April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, And every April we plant pinwheel gardens, and the pinwheels that we put out just look like this. So you probably saw this past year we had a big garden at First Baptist Monroe, but we also had a big one in Loganville and in Covington. And so these stay up for a full month, and by the end of the month, some of them are headless, some of them are broken in half or taken, which is fine, but they're just temporary. And so we started thinking this past fall when planning, like, I wish we could have something that was a little bit more permanent, that could stay up year round for that awareness piece. And so we started thinking, okay, metal stands for forever, it seems like, so what can we do with that? And so we did a little research. I reached out to a couple businesses that did metal work and thought maybe we would have some options there, and that didn't work out. So then I did a little bit more research and about how to make these. And as I was doing a little research, I came across Dr. A-Rod's YouTube channel of him making one of these large pinwheels. And I'm like, it's possible. This can really happen. And so then I saved that video so I can send it to a local metalwork person to say, hey, here's somebody who does it somewhere in this world. Maybe you can do it too. Well, that didn't happen, and so I was like, wow, I really want this to happen. So I went back and looked at his video again, and I realized he's from Atlanta. And I was like, oh, I think this is really possible now. And so I reached out to him and was like, I don't know if you'd be willing, this is who we are. I don't know if you'd be willing to make some pinwheels for us and what that would look like. And he responded back very quickly, yes, I actually have 3 just sitting in his garage that are not being used. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is really gonna happen. So we got with him, and then the next piece was sponsorship. And so we didn't think we were gonna be able to find people to sponsor these pinwheels. But within, what would you say, a month at the most, we had all 3 pinwheels sponsored for. And then the panic was, where do we put these? And so we got those, and so we have 3 pinwheels planted at Chimney Park and Covington. So our goal is to have pinwheels in all the counties that we serve, and so our next piece was Monroe, where we can put them here. Reached out to Leanne and to see what our options were in our city, and talked about some different placements, and ended up here at Pilot Park. So we had a meeting with them in the Parks department and decided on Pilot Park would be the best place for this. And so this one that Dr. A-Rod made was one that he has made recently. So the other one were refurbished pinwheels. So this is a new one that he made.
You got a new one, all right, yeah.
And he also painted the pole green to match our park, so that it would go with that. So we're thankful that he was flexible on colors too, so that was nice. So anyway, that's just, and I'll let him tell a little bit about himself in just a few minutes and what he does. But he is a dentist by trade. This is a side hobby for him. So thankfully we get Wednesdays, he doesn't see patients, so that's why he's able to be out here today. For the most part he doesn't. So we're very thankful that he could be out here today to do this. The other 3 pinwheels he had were on the belt line, and they were up there for about 4 years. So the ones that we have in Covington were the ones that were actually on the belt line.
And we love that it's at Pilot Park. Those of you in Monroe know that everyone loves Pilot Park. We just got a bathroom, which is very exciting. Great job, city. But the whole idea of the pinwheel is that people see it and they recognize it, and hopefully over time they learn that it means something related to not just our center, but healthy childhoods, which is what we're looking for. So we'll have it here. The plaque has some information about our center so they can connect with us. Maybe they access some training or some resources on our social media or our website, all about how do you protect your kids, how do you support healthy childhoods, because we know that's possible, and that's what we're looking for.
So this plaque, Scott Fuss in Covington made the sign for us, and it says, this pinwheel was generously sponsored by the Kiwanis Club of Monroe and artfully crafted by Dr. Alex Rodriguez. It stands as a physical reminder of the great childhoods we want for all children in our community. And this pinwheel was planted in partnership with the Child Advocacy Center. And so this will be placed in the ground here at the foot of the pinwheel in the near future.
That's good. To make this is fun. This is actually the first new one I made in a while, like you said. And metal shop, they didn't have the thickness I wanted, so I went a little thicker because I figured I didn't want it too thin. That was a lot of work. It's going to last a long time. These things should go for years. Even in all kinds of storms, it'll be going fast, but it should be fine.
We talk about how you make it and how it's thin.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not that much different than a standard paper pinwheel. I start with a square, use some aluminum, cut the corners, and then fold the corners in, just as you would with a piece of paper. In the middle, there's a bicycle hub. A lot of the public art stuff I do is all kind of themed around the bicycle, so it's kind of my muse, if you will. So, yeah, there's a bike hub in the middle, simply bolted through. It's all attached to one side with a bunch of rivets. Like I said, I'm hoping you guys get many, 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 many years.
G.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, I'm Tisha Finn with the Walton Youth Project, and I just wanted to inform you of a couple of new things that we have in the works. We have just instituted our new Teen Advocacy Board of 24 students from high schools and colleges, high schools in Walton County and colleges here in Georgia. We have focused on a couple of initiatives in the past few years, being phone-free or screen-free, not binge drinking, anti-bullying, vaping awareness. But this year, we've decided that we're going to focus on helping veterans, doing some work with Project Renewal, the local domestic violence shelter, and also continuing our efforts after school with our outreach in middle and high schools. We also want to do a mental health campaign, which we started last year, so we'll be expanding on that, and we hope to see you soon. Now let me give you our contact info for the Walton Youth Project. Our phone number is 770-207-3174. We can be found on Facebook and Instagram at Walton Advocates, and our YouTube channel is Walton Youth Project. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Peggy Jones, and I'm an intern with the Georgia Master Gardener Extension Volunteer Program. Today, we're going to talk to you about our upcoming free garden talks. This fall, the Master Gardeners will be giving talks at Loganville, Social Circle, and Monroe. And each week, we'll have a different topic, and we give them on Mondays at the Loganville Library at 2 p.m., Tuesdays at the Social Circle Library at 4 p.m., and Wednesdays at the Felker Community Center in Monroe at 2 p.m. This way, if you can't make a day, you can always come to a different location and hear the talk there. And these are the talks that we're going to be talking about. September 19th through 21st, we're going to be talking about all the dirt on soil. So everything you need to know about soil, how to do a soil test, and even how to explain the soil test. On September 26th through the 28th, we'll be doing it on shade gardening. So if you have a shady area in your yard, this would be a great talk as we talk about what to plant and how to plant there. On October 3rd through the 5th, we're going to be talking about transplanting trees and shrubs. And you know fall is the best time to do this, so come to this talk to find out how to transplant and where. October 17th through 19th is growing green with houseplants. So as we're moving houseplants inside, how to keep them green throughout the winter season. This will be a great talk. And then our last one, October 24th through 26th, will be on making the cut, pruning basics. So how to prune your bushes for the maximum floral foliage. So I know these are a lot of dates, a lot of times. So if you visit the Walton County Master Gardener website, we'll have all the information there and all about our other upcoming events. Also, we'll always be at the farmers market on Saturday from 9 to 2, so stop by and see us there at the farmers market. And big news, we just are putting out a newsletter. So if you scan the code to sign up for our newsletter, you'll be getting an email from us with all these dates as well. And I promise you, we're not going to be sending it out daily, not even weekly, maybe once a month. So that's a great way to stay up to date with all of our events. Thanks everyone, and I hope y'all all had a great time at our pollinator census. We had a great time and it was wonderful seeing all of you there.
Hi, I'm Jody Johnson. I'm here at the new South Walton Community Center, and boy, it is really nice in here. The citizens are really enjoying coming out here, so get a chance to come down to Social Circle. If you're a member at Felker or Meridian, you're also a member here at South Walton now. It's not crowded at all, so it's a great place to come and work out. We have all brand new equipment upstairs here at the community center. We have a 1/14 mile walking track, so if it's raining like it's been doing every day or too humid outside to really get any exercise in, it's a great place to come and walk, exercise. Have a free weights all downstairs, so great place to come and to work out. We've actually moved our administrative office here also, so make sure if you're a new person to come in, you want to talk to me, just ask for Jody, and my office is right here at the community center. So also I want to let you know about our basketball program that's getting started. Some of the games will be here at the community center at South Walton, at Felker, and at Meridian Park, and at our gym at Nowell. It's September 12th through the 17th. The cost is $95 for everybody that wants to participate. We have ages 5 through 18-year-olds. So make sure you come in and register. Most people will register online. Just go to waltoncountyga.gov to get registered for that. And again, the cost is $95 and from ages 5 through 18. So we have a lot of kids to play. Last year we had over 1,000 kids participate in our youth basketball program. So we're looking forward to getting that started. We're actually it's getting close to Labor Day, which means all of our fall sports programs are all underway. Our baseball and softball and soccer programs and our cross country have all started and have been participating. And we'll keep going through the 1st of October. Our football program, which Monroe, Loganville, and Walnut Grove are all participating in the North Georgia Youth Football Association, and they'll start on September 10th, and they'll play at all the local high schools this year. With the high schools getting upgraded to all new turf fields, the kids are really excited about going and playing at their local high schools where they eventually will play their high school football. They'll also be traveling all over from Oconee to Winder. The league goes all the way up to even Raven, even though we don't play them in the regular season. It's all part of the North Georgia Youth Football League. So it's a huge football league, and we're looking forward to seeing how our youth stack up against all of the teams in the North Georgia region. So looking forward to all of our fall sports. Don't forget basketball registrations coming up, and when you can, come join one of these community centers and let's stay fit, Walton County. So remember, sportsmanship starts at home, and we'll see you at a park real soon. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, the Air Splash Park in between has been doing great. It had another fantastic year where we had another over 15,000 people that attended the Splash Park. We had a lot of birthday parties every weekend. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was booked throughout the year. So we do appreciate everyone coming out and supporting the Splash Park. Unfortunately, we will be closing just before Labor Day. The attendance has really gotten down. The weather has not helped out a whole lot, and it's with school in, we're only open 4 to 6 anyway, but we are closing the Friday before Labor Day. That's kind of been the plan all along. And we'll open up again next year in May, and we look forward to a third fantastic season. We do have pickleball out there, and the dog park that is located out at Ayers Park. The pickleball's been well attended. We're opening up the brand new Frisbee golf course out there in between. We've got signage that's going up as we speak, and there is about a quarter of a mile, or actually a half a mile, nature trail. And I can't guarantee it, but there's a lot of deer out there. So if you want to see some nature, lots of squirrels and deer and all out there. So Frisbee golf course, it's kind of to the in the woods, the large pine trees, particularly in the parking lot to the right, and then the pickleball courts that are first come, first serve. I'm sure if you go out there, whoever's playing would probably love to either teach you the game, play, rotate games in. It's just kind of like a friendly family type game. So I know my family tries to go out every Sunday, every chance we get, and have a family outing and rotate the players in. So go out to Ayers Park, and we look forward to next May when we will open it back up. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful, the Walton County Recycling Center, and we thought it might be a good idea to kind of do a walkthrough, show everybody our recycling drive-through and our operation here in case it might be your first time coming out to the center. As you can see back behind me, we have two entrances into the recycling center, and one entrance leads onto the scales. If you have anything that's not recyclable that you want to throw away, some of the larger items like furniture or mattresses or any of that stuff, you'll want to make sure you come through the entrance to the scale house on the scales. They'll weigh you in on the scales. They'll send you around back behind the building where you'll unload on our concrete pad, and you'll circle back around the building and on the scale to get an empty weight. You'll pay right here at the scale house. Just remember our charges here are $45 a ton or $2.25 per 100 pounds. We do accept cash or check only. We don't have a debit card machine. So that is the entrance for trash. Make sure you come across the scales. If you're just coming in to recycle, you can bypass the scale and just come right through our main gates right here into what is our recycling drive-through. And we'll walk through and show you everything we recycle here, and just kind of give you an idea of where things are at the recycling center. And again, feel free to call us anytime with any questions about this stuff. Let us help you get started recycling. But we did think it'd be a good idea to kind of show you the recycling center itself, the setup here, so if it was your first time coming in, you'd know exactly where to go. So we'll walk along now and show you our recycling drive-through. When coming into the recycling center, just through the main gates, the first stop would be if you have any auto, marine, or lawnmower batteries. We have a pallet set up just inside the main gates, right beside the recycling drive-through, where you can put your batteries. We stack them up here. When we get the pallet completely full, we do take those to someone that buys the batteries from us. As you can see, right beside the batteries, we have an oil drum. You can bring used motor oil, transmission fluid, any of your gear oils, all can go in there. If you do have oil that's mixed with water, it does not need to go in there. It gets contaminated, and the company that comes to get our oil will not accept that from us. At that point, it's basically just a hazardous chemical. It would need to be completely dried out, bagged, and thrown away, or you can always call a hazardous waste company to handle any contaminated oils or anything like that. Paint, gasoline, diesel fuel, any of that stuff cannot go into our oil drum. So remember, that's just used motor oil, transmission fluid, and gear oils that would go in there. And now we'll turn into the recycling drive-through and show you what we have here. The first stop when you pull into our recycling drive-through, right on your right, will be these Gaylord boxes set up, and this is for all computer recycling that we have. Pretty much any part of the computer is acceptable here, unless you have the old school CRT monitors. Those have to be thrown away, but as long as it's a flat screen monitor, it can go in there. The keyboard, the modems, the printers, the speakers, the mouse, everything else can go in there. We have a big problem with TVs making their way into this. Just remember, TVs cannot be recycled. They have to be thrown away. And if TVs get mixed in with our computer recycling here, we're actually charged from the company that comes to pick these up for TVs and old CRT monitors that get in there. So when you pull through, if you have computer parts, right here is where you're going to want to put any of those computer parts into these boxes, and you'll be good to go there. The next stop, and right beside our computer recycling, you'll see a glass container here. It's clearly labeled clear, brown, green. Do please try to keep those separated as you come in. We're paid a different price for each color. Some are more valuable than the others, but as you can see, it's clearly labeled where the glass recycling goes. We're pretty proud of our glass recycling program. Not a lot of places are still recycling glass because there's a lot of issues with single stream recycling and glass. We've managed to keep our glass recycling program going, and we kept upwards of 125 tons out of the landfill last year by keeping our glass recycling. We have a can here, and we also have a glass can at every one of our drop-off sites throughout the county. Backing up a little bit, the oil that you've already seen, the batteries, and the computer recycling parts, those are things that can only be recycled here. The convenience sites does not have the computer recycling, the oil, and the battery recycling. So if you want to recycle those items, you will have to come here. But pretty much everything we'll see from here on out, all 7 of our drop-off locations has the glass can, and pretty much everything you'll see from here on out. And we can take a peek inside just to give you an idea of what is being recycled in our glass recycling. What we stay away from are things like window panes, and it's basically just glass bottles and jars. Across the recycling drive-through from the glass container, we have a can here that's labeled tin cans. Any of your old soup cans or whatnot can be put into this bin. And right here beside it on the table, we actually do cell phone recycling. There's just a little basket there that we constantly keep empty with any old cell phones that get dropped off. So those are right there about halfway into the recycling drive-through. You can drop your stuff off there. And almost directly across from the tin cans and the cell phone recycling, we have a can sitting right here that we collect cardboard in. So if you're pulling through and you don't have a real large load of cardboard, it can be put in this container right here. Back behind me, you can probably see the truck. It is actually backed up to a small self-dumping can. If you have office paper, shredded paper, any of those items, they can be walked back to that self-dumping can and dumped into that can for your paper recycling needs. And across from the cardboard recycling, we had a local Eagle Scout that was looking for an Eagle Scout project, and he actually made us a flag collection box, and those scouts come through about 3 times a year. They empty out our box, and they have a ceremony to discard the flags in the proper way. We're pretty happy with this box. It stays much fuller than you might think it would. We have more people wanting to know what to do with old tattered flags than you might realize. So we were pretty happy to help him out with that. And if you know anybody that has any old flags and don't know what to do with them, tell them about us. It's a great place to drop those off and to be sure they're taken care of properly. Right beside the flag can, we have 2 newspaper and magazine cans. You can put all of your newspapers and magazines in those 2 cans. We do need 2 cans because we get so much of those. But Newspaper, 2 cans right here that are clearly labeled for you to drop off your newspaper and magazine recycling. And just down past the newspaper bins is our aluminum can bin, and that's pretty much just like it says. It's strictly for aluminum cans. So it's going to be your soft drink cans and beer cans and things like that. Goes in the aluminum cans. Right beside that, you'll see the can labeled plastic, and it is for number 1 and number 2 plastics only, but that's going to cover soft drink bottles, water bottles, milk jugs, laundry detergent bottles. You've probably seen me do this before. If you are unsure if you have number 1 or number 2 plastic, you can always look on the underside of whatever container you have. You'll see the triangular recycling symbol, and there's generally a number right inside that symbol that tells exactly what grade of plastic it is. And like I said, those items that I mentioned, pretty much all of those will be covered under the number 1 and number 2 plastic category. So again, this is a can that we have to empty several times a week, and we get a lot of plastic, but this is where you would dump those items. And one of the last containers we have as you're leaving the recycling drive-through is our cooking oil container. That's where you can bring any of your old cooking oil that you don't know what to do with. We're pretty happy with this. We have a local company that comes and collects all of our cooking oil. They actually make biodiesel out of the cooking oil. So we're pretty excited to be in partnership with the local company in collecting our cooking oil. And we probably empty this container every couple months, but you can see the size of it. That's quite a bit of cooking oil we get every couple of months. So we're pretty happy to be doing that and finding alternative ways to use fuel. Like I said, we're pretty proud of this. If you've got any old cooking oil at the house that you haven't known what to do with in the past, know that you can bring it here. And after you come out from the recycling drive-through and get outside the building, on your right-hand side will be a trash compactor, and you can probably even see the sign that says for green bags or paid trash only. If you have the county green bags that you can purchase them here. They're in most of the local convenience stores and grocery stores in the county. If you have those bags, they are prepaid for. They can be dropped in this compactor anytime. You don't have to come across the scale. You just pull through, drop your green bags here. If you just have a couple of kitchen trash bags, you don't really need to go out onto the pad out back to dump larger items. You can pull up on the scale and you'll get charged the minimum charge for a couple of bags of trash like that. And once it's been paid for, those can also be dropped off here. But it does need to be paid for trash or green bags only. You can't just pull through and drop stuff off here. And as you can see right beside it, pulling out, we do have a bin for any old clothes, shoes. That covers shower curtains, towels, rags, that type thing. Any of those old things you have, rather than throwing them away, they can be brought here and put in this box. You've probably seen several boxes like this throughout the county, but we wanted to make sure we had one here as well. If you look back behind, just one thing to add, if you look back behind the compactor, you would need to come across the scale, but I did want to remind everyone that we do accept car and truck tires here. Regular car and truck tires are $2 a piece. You would come across the scale, circle around the building, pull up to the can and just unload your tires beside the can. Again, regular car and truck tires are $2 a piece. They can't be on the rims. The wheels, the tires can't be on the rims. The larger truck tires, when you get on up to, like big truck tires, those go up to $6 a piece. We do have a limit on how many can be brought at a time, at 10. So we just get way too many tires, and we don't really have the space to let just one citizen come in and dump off 40 or 50 tires and completely fill our can up, and then we have to tell other people they're going to have to wait until we can make some room for more tires. So we did put a limit on the tires, so everyone has an opportunity to get the few tires they have around the house brought down here and disposed of properly. Just wanted to remind everyone that has questions about tires, they can always be brought here. And that pretty much concludes what the recycling options here at the recycling center. We thought it was a good idea to show you the scale. A lot of people pull up on the scale and get caught waiting in line to come recycle. So we wanted to make sure that the citizens knew that if you have recycling only, you don't have to get in line to get on the scale. You can come right through our recycling drive-through. And as you can see, the bales of cardboard behind me, we just want people to know that you know, all of our drop-off locations, everything we collect here, we process it, send it out, and sell all of our materials. We try to constantly market our materials and get the best prices possible for what we are shipping out. And you know, we're pretty happy with how much cardboard, plastics, and pretty much everything that we can recycle. We're pretty happy with how much of it we're getting out of here and how we're being compensated for it. So just remember, our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 3:45 is when we take the last load across the scale to give people some time to unload when they get out back. So we do start locking the gates at 3:45 on Monday through Friday. On Saturdays, we're open from 7:30 to 3, and we're closed on Sundays. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions that maybe I didn't cover, feel free to call us anytime, 770-267-1421. We'd be happy to answer any questions, get you started recycling, talk about some new things that could be recycled. Again, we're here to answer any questions you have. So until next time, take care, and thanks for tuning in.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. Obviously, we have a new show up now. Our regional juried art show is up now. It is here through October 24th, I believe is the right day, mid-October at least. We have a reception, our wine and cheese awards reception, Friday, the 9th of September from 6 to 7:30. The public is invited. It's free and open to the public. The awards will be given out for the winners in this show. We will have Beth Sale will be here as our judge for this show, and she is from the Linden House in Athens. So we're excited to host her and to have her judge the show for us. So please consider coming. Come see the show if you can't come that evening. It's nice to have that in the evening because lots of times people are working and can't get here during the day. But you can always come to our receptions, and like I said, it's at 6 o'clock on Friday, September 9th. It's just coming up right around the corner. So that will be an exciting evening for us. It's always a lot of fun to see who the judge picks to be the winner and if that lines up with what your favorite pieces are. Of course, a lot of the pieces in this show are available for purchase. You do have to leave it here through the end of the show, but once the show is over, you know, we'll of course mark it sold. And then once the show is over, you can pick up your piece and take it home with you. So a lot of them are available for purchase. Just come and see, be inspired, relax, just enjoy the beauty and the atmosphere of having such a fabulous show. We've got around, I think 80, 85 pieces in the show from around 50 artists. And just a great show. So please do come and see it. Please pick up a class list when you come in and see what we have. Always adding in new classes. We're excited that we have new classes. Camden is here this morning helping me, and she is one of our new teachers. She is teaching oil painting for beginners to intermediate. Fabulous artist, great teacher. Her classes are going well, and they're on Saturdays from 1 to 3. We have a kind of a guest artist here doing our sip and paint class this month in September 16th. Jennifer Dominy will be here, and she will be teaching our sip and paint class. And so please come see what we have. Lots of great new classes. Hope to see you soon. Thanks.
Hey Walton County, it's Patrice Broughton, your Public Information Officer here with another county update. We'll start with the July meeting, and then we'll go over some projects that are going on in the county. So we had our August, we gotta start over. We're talking about the August meeting. We're almost in September. Good Lord.
Okay.
Hey Walton County, it's Patrice Broughton, your Public Information Officer here with another county update. We'll start with our August meeting agenda, and then we'll go over some projects that are going on in the county right now. So on August 2nd at 6 o'clock p.m. we had our regular Board of Commissioners meeting. We started with a recognition of the Walton County 4-HBB team and congratulating them on being national champions at the Daisy Championship. We also recognized our West Walton 5- and 6-year-old team for winning the USSSA World Series, and they are also champions. So we're always proud of our students and our athletes here in Walton County when they do great things. We had our manager's report by John Ward. You can see those reports online on Walton County's website if you would like to go and take a look at the meeting. All commissioners were present with the exception of Commissioner Bradford, and Commissioner Banks participated via telephone. So we had several Planning Commission recommendations at this meeting, and we started with an approval with conditions to rezone a property to A for an animal rescue and a conditional use for an event facility. And the applicant owner was Lisa McNair, and the property was located on Center Hill Church Road. And it was approved with the conditions actually they removed the recommended condition and adding the property revert back to the original zoning if sold or is no longer in operation by the family. So they approved a rezone of 11.4 acres from M1 to A1, and the applicant owner was Norma Billingsley, and it was located on Green Avenue. So they approved a rezone of 3.46 acres from A1 to R1 to create one additional lot, and the applicant owner was John William Bush Jr., and it was located on Wood Hill Drive. They approved the rezone of 56.536 acres from A2 to R1 OSC for a residential subdivision, and the applicant was Reliant Homes, and the property is located on New Hope Church Road. So they approved a rezone of 3 acres from A to A2 to create 2 buildable lots. The applicant was Roy Nunnally Roberts Jr., and the property is located on Nunnally Farm Road. So they approved the rezone of 5 acres from A1 to A for dog kennel. And the applicant was Marshall Roberts, and the property was also located on Nonnally Farm Road. We had several resolutions to be adopted at the August meeting, one being the adoption of the millage rates for Walton County. They also adopted the Walton County Board of Education millage rate. They approved several budget amendments for fiscal year 2023. And they adopted a project length budget for the courtroom number 2 budget. They also adopted a project length budget for resurfacing projects in public works. And also another project length budget for project works and some building materials. So they approved and adopted a resolution and an intergovernmental agreement for the 2022 Transportation Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax. You'll be hearing more about T-SPLOST. You'll be able to find information on the Walton County webpage. So it will explain what T-SPLOST is and what the money will be used for in Walton County as well as the municipalities. So we approved our 2023 holiday schedule, adding 2 additional holidays. They added the federal holidays of Juneteenth, which is June 19th, and the federal holiday of Veterans Day. So they will be added to the 2023 holiday schedule. So we approved a contract for a shared savings agreement with P3 Cost Reduction Analyst. And how that works is the analyst will take a look at projects that the county has going on and see if they can find cost-saving measures. And then those cost savings will be shared with P3. So it will result in cost reductions on behalf of Walton County. So we accepted a proposal for a property lease off of Anglin Road, and that was accepted from Paul Jones. We made 2 appointments during the month of August, and one was for the O'Kelly Memorial Library Board, and the Board of Commissioners appointed Vicki Smith. And we also approved Chairman David Thompson as a voting delegate for the ACCG 2022 Legislative Leadership Conference. We had an executive session. No votes were taken in executive session, but they did approve the purchase of a lot located at 130 Court Street when they came out of executive session. So we'd have several projects going on right now in Public Works, and they have done a few culvert replacement projects, one being on Lamar Doss Road, and it was completed on August 10th, and one being on Randolph Steele Road, and it was completed on August 5th. They've also done some resurfacing projects on Azalea Drive and Rosewood Way, and they resurfaced Sandy Creek Court and Sandy Creek Road. We have some exciting news for our residents that live on the south end of the county and in Social Circle. On August 12th, we had our ribbon cutting for the South Walton Community Center. It is a beautiful building. If you haven't been by there, you can start taking advantage of the gym, the basketball courts, and the indoor walking tracks. So again, it's a beautiful facility. It's open to the public now. It opened to the public on August 15th, and the hours of operations are Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 6 a.m. until 8 p.m., Wednesday and Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. So again, we're excited for the South Walton Community Center being open, and we hope that everyone in the county, not just our South Walton residents, can take advantage of the beautiful facility. As always, we hope everyone is remaining safe and that you're having a good summer. And if you have any questions regarding anything in this county update, please feel free to give us a call at 770-267-1301. Thank you, Walton County.
Hello everyone.
Butterfly walk.
Welcome. We are here today at Friendship Park in Social Circle for the Great Georgia Pollinator Census. And what that means is you come in and you pick a plant and you count how many bugs are in it. But we're going to walk around here today and I'm going to show you each of the stations. But as you check in, here's our information station where we have information about the different pollinators we're counting today and about the Georgia Master Gardener program. So come along with me and we're going to see how we do the Great Georgia Pollinator Census. Hello everyone, this is Rain Boyd and she works at Social Circle Ace Hardware and she is actually in charge today of our pollinator garden count. As you can see over there, they are counting pollinators that land on the bushes. Are you having fun today, Rain?
I'm having an absolute blast. I love watching them find the insects and all kinds of different things. There's a lot of joy that's being brought here, and that just makes my heart just swell so much. So I love it.
And there's a lot of bugs out there for us to all count,
There is a lot of bugs, which is really interesting because you think about your regular pollinators like your bees and, like just things like that, but I'm finding all kinds of different ones that we have listed on there. So I'm actually learning a little bit today too, so that's cool.
And the coolest thing is on one of our bushes, the fennel bush and the parsley, we actually have little caterpillars, which are going to grow into butterflies. So it's exciting.
It is exciting.
So join us as we go around our pollinator parkway. Thank you, Rain, for joining us.
Now what is that?
Those are caterpillars on the fennel bush for the swallowtail butterfly. This is their host plant. And they will eat and then turn into the larva and then later become little butterflies. So it's exciting to see them on the fennel plant. We also have some down here on the parsley. So I don't know if you can see, but so exciting. But this whole garden was established and maintained by the Walton County Master Gardener. Here's one of our pollinator stations. We have snacks, face painting going on. In the back is bugs up close, which we'll explore a little bit later. Then we have one of our beekeepers who's actually giving you little taste of her honey. And then for story time, we have little stories set up that we can read to the children and stuff about bees and caterpillars and butterflies. A lot of fun going on today at Social Circle. This is our exciting part where everybody loves. This is called Bugs Up Close. And I'm going to turn you over to Megan and her daughter Annabelle, who are going to tell you what they're actually looking at with all their bugs. So take it away, Megan.
Hi there. We are talking about pollinators today. So we have butterflies and wasps and bees of Georgia. We've caught most of these in our own backyard, right, Annabelle? With this net right here. So we have all life stages. We have eggs, larvae, which are the caterpillars. We have the adult butterflies, and we have a few pupa and chrysalis, which are the caterpillars turning into butterflies. So we're excited to show off all of our amazing collections we've been working on these last couple of weeks here at the Pollinator Census.
And this is one of the biggest moths.
Yes, we couldn't believe that Grandpa found that one for us, could we? Yes.
Beautiful.
Isn't it?
Now, in here is actually caterpillars that are on the milkweed. That's fennel plant.
Yes.
That's the fennel plant for the eastern swallowtail caterpillar.
And that is our state butterfly.
So these little guys here will grow up to be those beautiful butterflies.
And these right here, these are to scare off the stuff will eat this, and it's really big, and they're one of the biggest moths.
Yes, it looks like eyeballs, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to scare off other animals what are trying to eat this.
And Annabelle, what's on your face? Because those are beautiful. Oh, a bee and a butterfly. So we've got face painting
We got
today.
this microscope. You can look through it and see this butterfly real up close. And see these guys? They look like they have really big eyes.
Those are the baby skipper butterflies.
Yep.
Yeah. Everything you could want here at the Bugs Up Close table.
And here is some really cool kind of caterpillars.
Yeah,
My mom found.
oak leaf caterpillars.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys.
And
Thank you for showing that to Mr. Paul.
And which badge do you want?
These are our badges that everybody gets after they count in the pollinator census because they are a citizen scientist.
Would you like one?
Would you like one too?
Now we're at the honey station. We're actually showing the story of the monarch butterfly, so you can come see that. And then Becky Brewer, one of our master gardeners, and also a local beekeeper, is actually giving taste of her honey from Good Hope Apiary. Believe me, I've tried it. It's delicious. So anything you want to add, Becky, about bees and how important they are? You've also got some honeycomb there that she's showing the kids. So this is all about education and showing that bees aren't scary. They're our friends.
They are our friends. They are our friends, and if we didn't have them, the human race could not survive.
Right, and how important they are. So that's our job today, is to kind of be kind to our bees. We got Shiloh here, and she's actually giving out little taste of honey to everybody. So, and Shiloh, and who's your partner? Afton. Afton is here. So both of them are giving little taste of honey, and it's delicious, isn't it? Thanks, girls.
Come on, Tara, this way.
Tara. In one of our last stations here at our Pollinator Parkway and Social Circle is our butterfly walk. And what we do is the kids walk around to music, sort of like the old cakewalk, and then the music stops, and whatever butterfly they land on, they win a prize. And we have the different butterflies that you see around Georgia. Our state butterfly is the eastern tiger swallowtail butterfly, so look for that. In your gardens this weekend. And then join us here at Friendship Park and Social Circle and help us be counted.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
A stadium, lecture hall, a music hall, church potluck? This year, you have a new spot, walkgeorgia.org, a free website that provides you with all the resources needed to get your heart rate up and body out in your community. Sign up and receive individual or group fitness tracking, fitness demos by certified trainers, recipes, and a guide to resources in your Georgia County, all in one easy-to-use site. When you move more, you live more. walkgeorgia.org.